Okay. Hi there, and welcome to Two Northern Blokes, where we are talking all things fantasy football. My name is Jamie, and this is James.
Yeah, hello.
James, do you want to kick things off with a bit of a recap of the weekend?
Yeah, so if anyone watched Red Zone this weekend, it was probably one of the more disappointing ones of recent time. I feel like we always get very excited for a Red Zone, have everyone over, people come round, there's a lot of hype around it, and then it was just a lot of blowouts, really. I
Yeah,
think when it got to the witching
it was a
hour,
bad one this weekend, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was only about maybe one or two one-score games when it got to the witching hour.
Yes.
And the only really exciting game was what people probably thought would just be a terrible game, was the Jets Bengals game. So leading up to the Jets game, um, Justin Fields had had a dreadful week prior. He'd been benched for Tyrod Taylor. I very foolishly picked up Tyrod Taylor off waivers, playing you in our matchup. I was desperate for a QB. Then Tyrod Taylor got injured, and then they had to resort to starting their QB1, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And the Bengals had Joe Flacco, who they've just recently got about a week ago. They've
Yeah.
actually picked him up off waivers, I think, or traded for him. Just signed him, essentially.
I think he was a trade. I think he was a late round pick swap,
I'm
which is like
amazed.
nothing.
I'm amazed they even picked a pick. But that turned out to be the closest game of the weekend. I think it was something like 39-38 or 39-37.
Mm.
I'll just check that for definite. 39-38.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably the game of the weekend. Other than that, there was no real memorable games. I'd say the Dolphins upset was
Yeah.
quite big.
Yeah, that was a big upset on the Falcons, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tua actually turned up for once.
Yeah.
He threw for about 40 TDs and no interceptions,
Yeah.
which is just incredible to say. He got negative points the previous week, if you remember from the last
Yeah, yeah,
episode.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But Tua really turned up, and that's cool. I hope he stays fit all season.
Is that just because you've got him in a lot
I've
of
got
dynasty leagues?
I've got 2 shares of Tua across the leagues, so I really hope I really hope he stays there. Where did you watch Red Zone? Did you watch it here?
I just watched it here. Yeah, I was traveling back from weekend in London, which is
Nice.
very fun. But I was very hungover, so I didn't watch it here. But yeah, it was terrible. It was a terrible one. I mean, the other exciting thing from this weekend was exciting though was it was National Tight Ends Day,
National Tight End Day. Yes.
um, and a lot of tight ends scored.
Well, I don't feel like the tight end scored at a particularly higher rate than usual.
No, but the illusion of it being National Tight Ends
Yeah.
Day meant it felt like it was just the tight end scoring. But you probably are right.
No, it's
There were a lot of players who went off, wasn't there?
yeah, I feel like last year National Tight End Day, literally loads of tight ends scored.
Mm,
Like something like 15 or 16, maybe 20, like absolutely tons of tight ends scored.
mm.
And then this uh, this year it just wasn't the same amount of hype. Really strangely, me and Jamie both put a bet on the we bet on the six.
Oh yeah.
Six. So there were six PM games, if I'm right.
Yeah.
And we put the exact same bet on just by chance.
Yeah, so to explain this, as in we both, without any communication whatsoever, we both put on a six-fold, six different tight end scorers, and they were the exact same tight ends to score anytime touchdown, which that is, it doesn't even fathom, like, how is that, how could that be possible that we had exactly the same? And we were talking about it, and I was like, there's absolutely no way you've got this six, and then you just showed me your slip, and it was exactly the same six.
I think the difference is that I bet on Coin Poker, which is a crypto site, and you get significantly worse odds. I think as it was National Tight End Day, they'd actually dropped the odds for a lot of them. So I was getting
Oh yeah.
Goddard at a 2.1, so about plus 110, and you were getting him at 2.9, so about plus 190.
Yeah, we had a bit of an argument about that, didn't we?
Yeah,
But it's just the dodgy site you were using
yeah,
to bet on.
it was just poor choice by me to go with the dodgy site, definitely.
Yeah, but I can also see that as being National Tight Ends Day as definitely being a week when the odds will move.
Oh yeah,
Hold it a bit
I think there.
just like that, like that.
Okay,
It pick it up fine. Don't worry.
sweet.
But yeah, no, National Tight Ends Day is like the market's going to know that that's what people are betting on, isn't it? Is the thing.
Yeah.
Did you know? I was going to talk about. Do you know how National Tight End Day started?
So Somebody asked me this. I think Max asked me this the other day. I have no idea.
Okay.
But
Do you want to know
I
the story?
thought it was something to do with Kittle starting tight end university. I thought it had some
Close. Yeah, you're on the right
relation
tracks.
to that. So what was it?
So, apparently it wasn't actually created originally by George Kittle. It was created by his quarterback at the time. So I think I found this out. It was 2018.
Jimmy G?
It was a phrase coined by Jimmy G. So the story goes that, and it wasn't even a catch made by George Kittle. It was by another tight end on the 49ers at the time, Garrett Selleck, which is Celek. I might be butchering that pronunciation, but Selleck. And he'd scored, and now this is the quote that I've heard, which you're going to laugh, because this is the most ridiculous American National Football League type quote ever. But apparently on the sideline, after Selleck had scored, Jimmy Garoppolo says out loud, "What is it, National Tight Ends Day?" To which George Kittle replies, "Yeah, it's National Tight Ends Day. It's a holiday. Tight ends all over the league are scoring touchdowns." And apparently that was the first coining of the phrase National Tight Ends Day in 2018.
I wasn't a million miles off then.
No, you weren't. You
Yeah.
weren't.
Because I just have seen Kittle feature in a lot of these tight end university. He gets all the tight ends together in the off season. They
Right.
film a bunch of videos.
Right.
Some of the up and coming tight ends they get together, and Kittle seems like quite the lead on it. And Kittle is, a lot of people think, including his blocking ability, probably the best tight end in the league, and probably one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
Yeah.
With his versatility in terms of the blocks and the catches and the touchdowns, and he hammers the smelling salts.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. really buzzed on them.
Yeah. Loads of players do that.
Oh yeah. Rodgers, he's so old, he needs them.
Yeah. But I just thought, I mean, it makes sense then that he created the holiday National Tight Ends Day. But also, like, what a story! Like,
is it National Tight End or National Tight Ends Day?
Tight Ends Day.
Okay.
I think that's just a grammar point. I don't think it really matters. It's not really a real day. Like, we're learning this is interesting that it's only been around for like 6 years. It's very much like a red zone thing, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, Scott Hansen loves it.
Scott Hansen loves it. It's all the marketing. Like you say as well, it's all like the betting companies love it as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Because they can just lower the odds when the real odds, maybe haven't changed that much.
Well, and people probably bet. What we talked about before as well, where people are betting on it, the odds are going down. It's like. But I just thought that was really funny, and like, yeah, I think as well it's funny to compare to soccer, as you would say, but like the Premier League or something. Like, can you imagine if one day of the week was designated National Right Backs Day?
Or one day of the year.
Yeah, one day of the year. But apparently it is that it's every 4th October. Fourth Sunday in October.
If you think about the position of the tight end, it's actually more like it being National Defensive Midfielder Day.
Yeah.
Like a really niche position.
Yeah.
Like Alex Song founded it back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, like a real box-to-box player.
Yeah.
That's great in the locker room.
Yeah.
God, is it National Defensive Midfielder Day?
Yeah, it's just the European mind cannot comprehend this.
No, not at all, actually.
But we're trying our best.
Have you got any standouts from the weekend?
From the weekend, we'll go through the. Have you got the scores up there?
Yeah, we've got some scores. So I'll tell you any that were kind of surprising. So the Thursday night game was Chargers Vikings.
Oh, so we'll get onto that. We'll talk about that in a bit. I've got a bit on that.
Just because it's in order. So obviously we talked about the Bengals Jets a bit. The Falcons Dolphins 34-10 is an absolutely destructive score.
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins are about 3-1 going into that game. It's one of those where if you ever watch probably like ESPN, you always see it come up where it says what they've all picked.
Yeah,
and everyone picks the Falcons.
Yeah.
No one's given the Dolphins a chance, which I kind of get. The Dolphins do look a bit dreadful, but they're just about surviving. The Bills hammered the Panthers. Not surprising. However, you had a terribly cold quote prior. You messaged me saying Andy Dalton is a lock to cover. I don't know what the spread even was.
It was the Panthers +7. And my take was... And I'll tell you why. I'll give a bit of the thought process behind it. And I do stick by this because we've spoke about this in the past. But so it was a quarterback change, right? Andy Dalton, it was his first week of the season in the starter quarterback. And the logic was that when there's a quarterback change in a team mid-season, opposition defenses don't have like tape on him playing quarterback in that scheme with those players in that year. So normally there's like a bounce of when a new backup quarterback comes in, and all they need is a bounce to cover the spread. It turns out they just got absolutely blown out, which made my take look really bad. And yeah, it lost my
I
bet
think
on the spread weekend.
you have told me that last year.
Yeah.
That idea.
Yeah.
And we've heard it before, and it says, you know, they put a new quarterback in, give it a go.
But did you watch that game?
I watched Red Zone. I watched a bit of the game.
Did you see his hilarious fumble? He did like one of the worst fumbles ever, where he like they were in the red zone actually, so it was live on Red Zone when they showed it. One of those, you know, he's running from behind, and just the defensive player is, and it's Andy Dalton as well. Like he's an old quarterback anyway. He's not the most mobile.
No.
And it's like some peak defensive player is charging him down and just knocks it out from his hands behind him, and it just looks an absolutely terrible fumble. So yeah, that was a bad pick by me.
Some of the other scores.
Yeah.
The Ravens won with Snoop Huntley.
Snoop Huntley, the Pro Bowler.
The Pro Bowler. Just a side topic, the Pro Bowl, how does that... Is it voted for?
I think...
You have an NFC and an AFC Pro Bowl.
I think you're just nominated in.
Are you nominated
I don't think it's voted. I think that's All Pro is the one where they say it's really based on skill.
Yeah.
But Pro Bowl as well, it's the week before the Super Bowl.
You know, interestingly, do you know when it is this year?
Is it not the week before the Super Bowl?
I believe it's the day before.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is weird.
They could do it on the Saturday.
Right.
Pro Bowl Saturday and then Super Bowl Sunday.
That's very weird. I mean, it's not that popular anyway.
No, but it might make it a little more popular.
And we really get no coverage in the UK.
No, they just play it. And it's done as like a skill challenge and a flag football game
that's
now.
it. So they do the skill challenge and the other bit. So I feel like it's more people want to... It's just like a novelty thing. So it doesn't really matter. I think that's why it's funny that Snoop Huntley got into the Pro Bowl once. But yeah, that was an upset result.
Yeah.
Back for the Ravens.
That was interesting. The Texans beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of makes sense. CJ Stroud is technically actually quite good. He's just playing
49ers are really beaten up.
Yeah, 49ers are missing a lot of people. They've got McCaffrey still, but they're missing a lot.
Yeah.
Then the Eagles beat the Giants 38-20. You probably watched this game a bit more.
The big news from that game.
News for you.
Scatterboo injury. By the way, I think I've been pronouncing it wrong. I think it is Scatterboo.
Scatterboo.
You said this earlier. I think it is Scatterboo. But that was devastating.
So
both for my fantasy team and for the New York Giants.
So when did you trade for him?
So I traded for him about 3 weeks ago. Which
really finger on the pulse there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but like you can't be annoyed. You can't predict injuries. Is my take in fantasy football. You can't get on your high horse about predicting injuries.
You can with him.
I mean, maybe you could have.
Look how he runs.
Maybe you could have with him. Is the only thing. But luckily, I was able to trade for Tyrone Tracy quite cheap in that league, so I kind of got his backup.
What did you pay for Tyrone?
I paid Brashard Smith for Tyrone Tracy. Do you know who Brashard Smith is?
Chiefs rookie.
He's the Chiefs rookie running back. And that was a weird one because I offered Stephon Diggs straight up for him, and then the offer I got back, it was from John in No Luck Dynasty, and he said, "I'll do it for Brashard Smith," and I just went, "I'd rather pay the cheaper player." Yeah. It was one of them, you know, when you ever get a trade offer so good that I don't know if you do this, but I'll take my time with it because I don't want to panic the other person into thinking that I'm like snap accepting it, because then it looks like I'm playing them for an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Do you get that?
Which you are.
Yeah.
John's not an idiot though. John's very smart. So
I was very happy with that.
Makes me think he knows something.
Or my other take was that he didn't see the Scatterboo injury, and he just thinks I'm trading for the backup running back.
Okay, that could also make sense. But that is a bit shifty.
Yeah,
something's a bit shifty about that. But yeah, that was a pretty brutal game.
Yeah.
Saquon got two touchdowns.
Yeah. Saquon might be back.
Saquon's always been back. He's never been gone.
Yeah.
He's enormous as well, Saquon. He's a beast.
Oh yeah.
And then Some of the other games, Buccaneers basically shut out the Saints 23-3. I actually watched a lot of that game for some unknown reason.
It was because it was one of the 3 red zone games, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
always on a lot, and there was not a lot happening.
So Spencer Rattler, star of QB1 when he was in high school,
Yeah.
why I somehow knew him before he came to the NFL. He just did not play well at all. Throwing interceptions,
I think he
missed
got
passes,
benched.
and then he got benched for Tyler Shuff.
Yeah.
Tyler Shuff also did not play well. The Bucs weren't amazing, but
No.
the Saints are such a broken team. I
Their
feel
defense came out on top. Bucks was kind of
Yeah.
the star of that game.
and I feel like the Saints have been going downhill for a while. Ever since Drew Brees left,
Yeah.
they've just been on the down. They've had Kamara as like a consistent beast on the team.
Yeah.
Like Kamara, it was a few years ago. Kamara got 5 touchdowns on Christmas Day, quite a few years ago. But they've just not really got a lot else going on.
And they lost their head coach as well.
Did they?
He was the Drew Brees head coach. He's the one who's at the Broncos right now. Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
So like he left, I think the year after Drew Brees. But yeah, the Saints have just been in that purgatory of just somehow always tanking and always being a bad team. Also, they have they're in cap hell.
Are they?
They've got like one of the worst like wages in the league for being like a not a very good performing team, which is just a terrible combination.
Who are they spending money on? Who on earth are they spending money on within that
I think
team?
it's like defensive players, and they do that thing where if you sign someone to a long guaranteed contract, you have dead cap for years, which we'll do a bit more research into and get into. But basically, what dead cap means is that even if you cut them off your roster, you have to take a salary hit
Right.
for those years of the contract. So I think the idea is you're punishing teams for bad decisions because they can't just cut them and then get them off the books somewhere else. Like there has to be a punishment of the team, of basically poorly run teams, which is an interesting thing. But yeah, I think they have like a lot of dead cap here, which means you're not actually paying a player those wages, but you're just coming off what cap space you have available, which is wild.
Brutal.
But yeah, was that kind of all the games from Sunday?
No, the only other 2 before the late game started. Colts beat the Titans, unsurprisingly. The Broncos had a great performance against the Cowboys. So,
Yeah,
interesting
that
thing
was an exciting game.
about the Broncos-Cowboys game, they actually benched Prescott eventually. I don't know if they were benching him because they were benching the starters because they were getting shut out, or if he was having quite a bad game.
Yeah.
So he threw for 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
And then they put in Joe Milton, who I actually have in the odd league, and he threw for 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
Yeah, but I mean, Joe Milton's not the QB1 in Dallas or any chance of being that. So.
Well, when Prescott gets injured again, he's getting quite old.
He
He's
did
had
have
quite
a
lot of
bad game.
injuries.
He did have a bad game, but I also think the Broncos' defense is pretty elite. And
What?
at the Broncos,
A lot of the Broncos is just quite elite.
yeah,
Like,
they're good.
Bo
They're good at
Nix
the
is
minute.
solid.
Are they 6-2 now as well?
I think so.
It's a good record.
Something about 5-2. 5-2 it says.
Are they 5-2? Sorry, 5-2.
Something about having these older QBs that are coming in from college. Feel like they're pretty solid. Some of them.
Interesting.
So
That's a hot take.
I know, but Bo Nix was about 24 when he came in, I believe.
Yeah, he was
And
an old
Michael
QB.
Penix Jr. was
Penix,
about 25.
Old, yeah.
And letting them have a bit more time and coming a bit more mature. Maybe they make some better decisions. They're not just like kids anymore as such. And I'll probably have to look at a larger statistics pool on this, a bit more data. But they're doing solid, these slightly older QBs.
And it's changed over the last few years, right? It was since the, is it NIL money?
NIL
so where college students could basically start getting paid.
Yeah.
And it meant there was less incentive for them to go and try out for the NFL. Like they could stay in college and earn decent money. So it'll be interesting over the years how that will change, right? Because all the rookie players are going to be older and older coming in to the league, aren't they?
I mean, if you look at other sports, some sports they start very young. Like Cooper Flagg, I read, I'm not 100% on this, so he's 18.
Is he?
He's 18.
And he was drafted in the NFL?
First overall.
So did he not go to college? that mean straight from high school?
Could have done maybe a year in college.
Wow.
Turned 18 in January. We will have to check that because we're not NBA experts. But I think I also read he's the youngest player in the NBA.
I mean, yeah, he must be
18,
well.
and LeBron as well, I believe, was 18 when he went in. He actually didn't
Yeah.
go to college. He was straight out of high school, LeBron.
But that makes more sense back then. Like, could Cooper Flag not have got NIL money at
Possibly,
college
but
basketball?
we'll probably check that on the next episode because we could talk a tiny bit NBA because Cooper Flag's actually playing quite a few games now and you can kind of see what he's like. He's probably going to get even taller.
Yeah. If he's 18, he's probably
Yeah.
not finished puberty fully
But
at this point.
They start really young in some games. But I feel like if a footballer, soccer, broke out when they were, I don't know, 24, 25, you wouldn't think that was that strange. I know they start very young now with Lamine Yamal, he was 17, he was 16. But, you know,
I think the soccer landscape, just to talk about that, has changed though because they do start a lot younger, but actually what you're seeing is a lot of the careers are getting shorter. A bit in the similar way to NFL. So, like running backs. Basically, you've only got a certain number of games, a certain number of attempts, a certain number of yards in your legs, like in your body as a running back. You can't go on forever. And I think the same applies to soccer. And they play so many games now that, like, I think a big thing for, like, Yamal, say, these, like, teenage sensations is surely they're not going to be playing much past 30. Like, they're just going to drop off. I think Eden Hazard is a good example of that, where he got injured later on in his career. Everyone says when he got to Real Madrid it was a flop, but he just picked up injuries because he'd started so young and done all those years early. But, yeah, it's interesting that.
Yeah, we'll kind of see how the landscape develops
Yeah.
over the future years.
What about, did you have any bets or anything you want to talk about from this weekend?
One bet. I had one win. No, not one bet. I had one winning bet. I probably had numerous losing bets, and hopefully this will have balanced them out. But I was watching the late game, the Steelers versus the Packers.
The Packers, your team.
Packers, my team, even though I'm wearing the Dolphins merch.
Yeah.
So I was watching the Steelers Packers, and Roman Wilson was getting a lot of targets. I'll actually check how many targets he was getting. So
Roman Wilson was he a rookie last year and he got injured for most of the year and didn't really get any playing time last year? Wide receiver.
Yeah, so Roman Wilson had 5 targets. Now that's considering Metcalf and Austin only had 7 and 6. So he was like the 3rd highest target share in the team. But I just saw he was getting the ball to him a lot. And then very late in the game, I got him at 20-1 for about $10.
For his first career touchdown, right?
Possibly his first career touchdown.
It was. I saw it today. It was. Yeah.
So yeah, I got him for his first career touchdown. And that probably balanced me out for the weekend on bets, which felt quite good. Yeah. You feel dead sharp when you do an in-play.
Oh, yeah.
But for anyone watching, don't bet in-play.
Yes, terrible.
You're getting destroyed. I got very lucky, and it was almost not a touchdown if you've watched it.
Yeah. He catches it in the end zone, and then it gets batted out his hands.
Yeah.
But he does have clear control over it, doesn't he? Oh, were you panicking a bit when that was happening?
Oh, yeah. I was sure it wasn't a touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Roman Wilson looks like. So.
I have one bet I wanted to talk about. We obviously had the tight end bet where we both happened to put the same one on as well, was another bet we talked about. But one other bet I had, which I haven't told you about this, but I like my
longest reception.
My longest reception ACCA. So to explain this, it's betting on what a certain player's longest reception in the game will be. And my logic is I just like it because it's something that's fun that you can follow in red zone normally. Because normally the big plays, if big receivers are going off, it's showing the big plays. And this weekend, I had a bad beat in it. I was let down by a half a yard reception.
Really?
On one of it. I had 3 legs. So
parlay.
A parlay is the right word for it. On 3 wide receivers to go over their longest completion yardage. And it was Tetero McMillan, Waddle in the Dolphins game, and Rome Odunze in the Bears game. Now, in the first half, none of them were coming in. It was going terribly. In the first half, at one point, I actually had, it was like one was 2 yards under, one was 1 yard under, and one was 2 yards under.
That's good, though.
No, but in this leg, it's not really because it's not like you're betting on their receiving yards. It's not like it goes up and up and up.
Mm.
If they have a long catch, there's no much likelihood of them getting another catch, and it's just run out of time in the game. And basically, then start the second half. Rome comes in, Rome bangs it. Waddle has a catch for like 40 yards, so he absolutely smashes it. And then Tetro McMillan had about 3 catches for. He had one for 17, he had one for 18, and he had one for 19, and I think his line was 20.5. So
It's quite a short line as well.
it was quite a short line. And he went for like 7 for like 99 yards. So when you see that line, you're just like, well, he's going to have had one catch for over 20 yards.
Brutal.
But he didn't. So that was absolutely brutal. Bad beat for me.
That is rough.
The other thing I was going to give an update on one of our bets.
End of season.
One of our end of season bets. So I don't know if you can remember, but our division winners bet, James.
Yeah, I do remember. Are you going to tell me good news?
I think the nail's in the coffin now, buddy. I think we're hammering the nail in the coffin now. So the teams we have. Oh, we have the Jags. You'll believe the AFC South.
I'll get that up.
Do you want to just pull that up? But I'm pretty sure that is the Colts division. Yeah.
And is just a point. SofaScore does not show you in divisions. It shows you just a list of the AFC.
Okay.
Let me get it up.
And yeah, I think we've got the NFC South as well.
Okay, so you've got the Jags, who are in the AFC South.
Is that the
Colts division, yes, they're doing well.
So we bet the Falcons. So that one's just dead. But also,
Wait, rewind.
Sorry. The Falcons is the NFC. We've also bet the Falcons.
Right.
Is that the NFC South?
Falcons is the NFC South. Mathematically, these are not dead.
Do you think?
No, literally, mathematically, they're not.
Yeah, but have
I
you
mean,
seen
the Falcons are 3 wins behind, and the Jags are 3 wins behind.
That's a lot halfway through.
A lot.
Yeah.
Not impossible. Until there's that beautiful green clinched division.
And
Ooh.
and we've got the Vikings for the NFC North, which have got the Lions and who else have they got in there?
Packers.
And Lions and the
Bears.
Packers.
Listen to this. That is the livest of all 3 we've named.
No, but it's not.
They're
though,
only
is
2
it?
wins behind.
It's not though, is it? Because you're saying it in a way that the other teams at the top are not that good, but they're all the leaders of their conferences respectively. So I think we've got to put the nail in the coffin in that one.
Should we do a emergency backup? Mid-season, end of season winner?
Yeah,
Let's do that.
I think so.
Let's do that this week.
Pick some division winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on, pick some close divisions, like the NFC West, super close between the Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers.
Yeah.
NFC North, pretty close. Packers, Lions,
Do you know what'd be fun to wait as well? Because it's around trade deadline. So we can see if any trades go down between teams.
Yeah.
When you're talking about emergency backup, I thought you were talking about the emergency third. They have the third quarterbacks on the day. I thought you were talking about something completely different there. But no, that'd be good. Did you have anything else to catch up on the weekend, or did you want to talk some trades or anything else?
The only thing I wanted to mention from the weekend is kind of the explosion of a lot of running backs, specifically a Mr. Taylor that you have on all of your team. Well,
I've only got one share.
You've got one. Jonathan Taylor, I believe, had a hat trick again for the 3rd game in a row. I think he's the first player ever to have 3 games of 3 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, he wasn't.
Specifically. Was he not?
He would have been.
Okay. Has one gone down as receiving?
Did he have... Well, one was a forward pass. So, do you not remember? It was a Daniel Jones pop pass, they call it. So this was a controversial thing. I remember on the coverage, they talked about it a bit. Yeah, it's that thing where he gets the ball and he just puts it up in front of him as Jonathan Taylor's doing a jet sweep kind of move around. So it went down as a pass.
So is that 1 of 9 wasn't rushing?
So he didn't get that record because it wasn't 3 games in a row where it was
3 games of hat tricks is insane in any sport, whether it's hockey or soccer or even in NBA 3 games of triple doubles. It's just very impressive. But yeah, his MVP odds were as wide as about 40-1 at one point the other day, and they've dropped significantly.
What were they now, do you know?
Let's have a look. Let's see what odds checker is going to tell us about the MVP odds.
Um,
Considering it was 40-1.
well, do you know what a stat I saw was? LaDainian Tomlinson? LaDainian Thompson?
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson?
I've got this. Yeah, go on.
Is it about when he won the MVP in like 2006?
Yeah.
And the stat I saw as well was that he got 6 hat-trick games of rushing TDs.
Oh right, go on.
So by that logic, I think Jonathan Taylor's on 4 this season. So he's only got 2 more to go.
So I saw a slightly different stat about him. So I'm just going to get it up. But when he got his MVP, I believe he got 30 touchdowns for the season.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor is on track for 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think me and you are both, we're of the take that, like,
Any position should be able to get MVP.
Yeah.
Give it
And
to him all.
it's more exciting if it would be a new position, right? It'd be so exciting for the league.
He got 31 in his MVP
Wow.
season. And Taylor's on track for about 31, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it to a different position. Don't just give it to Mahomes every season, or Allen, or Lamar, or whoever.
And Jonathan Taylor is playing out of his skin, right? Like he's playing
amazing.
unreal in that team.
Yeah. He's playing incredible. I thought they should have given it to Saquon last season.
Well,
Saquon
do you
was
remember?
so
Do you remember
good.
this was the talk last season of Saquon MVP, and then it never came to fruition. But Jonathan Taylor is outperforming Saquon so far this season
by a mile. So his current odds are 18-1. Jonathan Taylor.
Are you thinking?
Probably not thinking enough. No, the other thing from the weekend was just a question, kind of about an interesting stat. And God, I hope this isn't fact checked too much because I just heard it on the broadcast.
Okay.
Do you know how many fumbles the Chiefs have had this season? Don't go too crazy thinking about it.
I was just gonna guess 0.
They've had 8.
That's a lot.
Do you know how many fumbles they've recovered?
Is it 8?
It is 8.
Yeah.
They've recovered 8 of 8 fumbles this season, which is so lucky on that ball bounce.
Yeah.
Because they recovered. I watched the game last night. They had a fumble, recovered it, and they were like, "That's their 8th fumble, 8th recovered." That is so lucky. That's very Chiefs-esque.
I'm thinking, what is the Chiefs' black magic that they've done to how do you even go about, like, is there any skill in recovering fumbles? It's not. It's just a lottery,
it's the
isn't
bounce.
it? Yeah, it's just wherever it goes.
Whether it's forced fumble, whether it's just like accidental.
There's obviously skill in not fumbling it, but in terms of fumble recovery, is.
I imagine better teams recover fumbles more often, just naturally. You're more athletic, you can push people out of the way, you can get on top of the ball more easily.
Are you a better team because you recover more fumbles like that?
Maybe.
Like, is it a chicken and the egg type situation?
If you ran a sim of the Chiefs versus LSU,
right,
a million fumbles, the Chiefs would recover way more than LSU.
Yeah.
Because they're just bigger and better and
Probably.
so on. But in the NFL, I think they're just lucky.
Yeah.
To recover so many fumbles.
That is interesting.
But yeah, 8 fumbles all recovered. Quite incredible. You want us to talk some trades?
Yes. So we've got a bit of trade talk this week. A few trades to go through. One trade that I got in my inbox in Dynasty.
Do I know about this?
No.
Exciting.
I rejected it pretty much straight away. It was better than I thought I was going to get, but this also led me to a bit of a shocking discovery. But did you know Oronde Gadsden, the Los Angeles Chargers tight end, is tight end 6 in keep trade cut currently?
That's a very good example of why you should not pay too much attention to keep trade cut rankings.
It is, but I also think, like, so to me, basically, any rookie tight end who, because this always happens, right? With the thing with Dynasty and with keep trade cut is the value's always in the youth, right?
Yeah.
Like, people value age over everything, and
it's like youth up here and skill here, and there's a dot.
Yeah.
And you're up here. Oh, there's
Yeah.
a
But I just think, like, any tight end like this, any rookie tight end who hits like this is just a sell, because
really
the tight end value, like the tight end positional advantage, and even in this league we were talking about, it was in a tight end premium. But I think the positional advantage, like, you can get more points per game from a wide receiver of that adjacent value. So It was for the offer I got was for Hawkinson and a second and a third, and I turned it down.
Let me just think. Hawkinson, he's kind of just after his prime.
Yeah, he recovered from an injury. He didn't play last year. I think he did an ACL.
Hasn't
last year
been
and
that
he's come back.
amazing. What second?
I think it was a 2026 second,
And
and
what
then like
third?
a 27 third.
And in this league, we have fourths, right?
Yes.
The thirds are worth a tiny bit more. I would probably refuse it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think Hawkinson's even playing that well currently.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of the context, it's in the high roller where my team is terrible. And for me, having Hawkinson, he's just going to go down in value by the time my team's any good. So why would I want that piece of an asset? I'd do it for just picks.
Yeah, you can
But then
either
at tight
keep...
end 6, he's
Mm.
like, he's worth over a first, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
crazy.
It is wild. And I don't really understand how he's got there. Has he had 3 good games? Is that right?
Yeah, but he's been getting a lot of targets all season, and then he's had 3 like games where he's turned that into production. And I think he ran the most routes of any receiver on any player on the Chargers this week, which means he's basically playing as a wide receiver at tight end. Is the thing. It was a bit the other example of him to bring on, and who I also thought was a sell earlier in the season is Harold Fannin Jr. at the
Oh, I think he's
Browns.
quite good. I would keep him.
I think he's good, but I just think the points per game you get from a tight end is not as much as turning that into a position of like cashing out that value is what I think.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. On the whole, every season where tight ends have been amazing, they've just not been as good the second season.
Yeah, it's a position where it's hard to maintain that value.
Sam Laporta was tight end 1 on Keep Trade Cut, and now he's dropped to like tight end 8 to 10. Brock Bowers was tight end 1, and he might still be tight end 1, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's just not putting the production up.
But he's not. If you're a contending team, he's
Yeah.
not giving you that points per game which you need.
At all.
No.
No. Hunter Henry is giving you that points per game. He's just having a random season.
That's what I mean. I
It's
think
incredible.
with the tight end position, because it's more random, it devalues the position as a whole.
It's just a shock about that Chargers tight end. Is it Gadsden?
Gadsden.
So
yeah.
the Chargers receiving core is pretty good. They've got McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnson.
Do you know lay a goose egg this weekend? Quentin Johnson had a 0.
Yeah.
But because basically all his targets were going to Gadsden. So
yeah. I bet on Johnson, by the way. this week.
Yeah, you forgot to mention that on the betting recap.
I picked him over McConkey for some crazy reason. Do you know who else had a goose egg on the tight end position?
Who?
Jake Ferguson.
Oh yeah, on National Tight Ends Day, the tight end 1 overall.
Yeah,
that's how Vegas get you.
They get you in many ways.
They get you. They
get you in
know.
many ways. But yeah, interesting weekend. Definitely not the most exciting for anyone that did watch it.
Do you have a trade to talk about?
Yeah. So I was chatting to Max. Max is going to get a lot of shout outs in this because I
good friend of ours, Max. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in all 3 leagues. We'll drag him on this one day. So roughly a year ago today, Max got offered Josh Allen, or was getting offered Josh Allen.
Wait, so sorry, hang on. Give us a bit of context behind this. What league is this in?
High roller.
And so are we digging out an old trade?
It was an old trade he was offered, and he quite
so this hasn't been a
refused.
recent.
No,
We've got a caveat with this is not a to-date trade.
Yeah, it was a year ago today.
A year ago today. Okay.
Roughly a year ago. Yeah. He gets offered Josh Allen, and all the man wanted in return was Cooper Kupp and CJ Stroud. And Max Snap refused that. So he could have had Josh Allen on his team instead of like this second year or first year. Where was CJ Stroud in his second year?
I think CJ Stroud's 4th year now, so I think he would have been third.
And
either way,
Cooper Kupp is just a nothing asset now. But maybe at the time, CJ Stroud might have been tight QB 3 on Keep Trade Cut. I think that was probably around his peak.
Yeah. He was up there, wasn't
he?
he?
And Josh Allen might have been QB 2. And then Max might have thought Cooper Kupp at the time was more of an overpay to jump from QB 3 to QB 2. Maybe. These are pure hypotheticals. The guy turned down Josh Allen for Pitton.
I mean, the caveat I would give, is like Cooper Cup has fallen off a lot this season.
Yeah.
Because I think again he came back from an injury and he just didn't have the same like speed
And Puka overtook him as well.
and he's had the whole Puka overtaking him, which has really pushed him down the boards. But finding that trade in your inbox has got to be a tough look. And did you say he tried to push accept on it?
Today, yeah, but
He
because
went and
it's-
see if it was if it was one of those
Yeah.
on Sleeper where it's just an infinite trade offer that
Well,
doesn't get rescinded.
if it's a new season, they all get rescinded.
Oh,
apparently.
do they?
New season, they all get rescinded. That would
That's
have been
good to know.
hilarious.
To be fair,
That would have been hilarious. That could have been voided, I reckon, if he had pressed accept on that.
yeah. I mean, that would have got into.
That would have been a lot.
Commissioner would have been throwing up hands there. There would have been a lot of.
Should we just touch on this talk about getting rid of defenses in the no look, the OG league?
Nah, I don't think that. I don't think people would be that.
You don't
bothered.
like that?
I don't think people would be that bothered about it.
It's more just the point I want to make is
Mm.
be careful who you pick as commissioner.
Well, I think our commissioners
He's
are
pretty
good
good.
commissioners.
He's pretty good.
For the
Well-
context of this, and to be fair, this is one where you can comment and let us know your thoughts. But essentially, we started a dynasty league where we have defenses in, and every year since we've been going, there's been a motion to remove the defenses, and we've pushed back because, well, I think the logic of why we can't change it is because it would change the initial draft, right?
Yes, massively. Not massively, but some people took defenses very early.
It just would have changed it.
Yeah.
It just would have changed it, wouldn't it? But I am probably in because we've started it with the dynasty. I'm probably of the opinion that we should keep it. And what's your thoughts?
I'm very indifferent on whether we keep him or not.
Okay.
But purely to be difficult, I'm going to just disagree with what our commissioner wants.
And you're saying the commissioner's the problem for you
Yeah.
being difficult?
Yeah, just to kind of wind him up because the commissioner plays in it as well, and he's a nemesis. I like it. But yeah, I think keeping him's fine. I'm going to push to get kickers in as well, which is just
That's just never going to happen, though. is
never
it?
going to happen.
That's just
but,
never going to happen.
that probably plays into the being difficult side of things. But yeah, careful who you pick as commissioner. You know.
I disagree with that, but go on. What about the three-way trade?
Yeah, I'll get that up.
I think we can talk about as the last trade talk for this week.
What league was it in?
What league was it?
I think Reason. That's the freshest league. That's most likely you'll get a three-way trade going.
No, I think it was no look involved, you know.
So, three-way trade. I will say it verbally. Obviously, it'll be up on the screen as well. So, one player, James, we'll just say James, he receives Brian Thomas and a 2026 third. He then loses Bo Nix, 2028 second, and a 2028 third. Next one, Chris, he receives Bo Nix, 2028 second, 2028 third, and he loses a 2027 first and a 2028 first. And then Ben receives a 2027 and 2028 first and loses Brian Thomas and a 2026 third. Now, visually, it's a bit of a confusing trade. You want to have a look at it?
I've seen it. To be fair, I remember it now. Weirdly enough, when you say that, I can understand exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean,
three-way trades are never really necessary.
The thing is, I think the
Really?
main context behind is that I think there's right. So my main thoughts are between a three-way dynasty trade is the issue is I think there's more traps you can fall into.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I look at that trade, Chris's side, I think all of Chris's transaction is a bad transaction, which I wouldn't do. I think he's been the one who's fallen into it there.
Yeah.
And I think Ben has probably profited the most from it.
Yeah, it's because if you look at Chris, he's lost 2 firsts, and all he's gained is Bo Nix a second and a third.
Yeah, which I just think. I think
2 firsts.
we talked about Bonix earlier, and I think he's good enough, but I just don't think there's that level of
No, he's good, but
quarterback talent.
2 firsts just for that. It feels like he swapped his first for just weaker assets in first.
And I think the context as well we should give that people won't know about this trade, but Chris's team is a mega rebuild team.
Yeah.
Um, so
Okay.
he's just not going to be competitive this year with that trade, and he's given up 2 firsts, which his team is such like a it's a team where we're like, is he going to stay in the league for that long?
Yeah.
Because it's that bad. And then he's given up future first, and it's like, oh, you really need those first to turn into something to sort your team out. Really, is the way to do it. But yeah, that's my take. And Brian Thomas Jr. I'm quite low on. I think I don't
Well,
mind moving off him. He has had real problems with Trevor Lawrence this year and catching passes in the middle of the open field. Do you see that thing about there's that rating where you get catchable passes rating?
no, I've not seen this.
And
New
I think he
statistic.
has like the highest ratio of catchable passes relative to the number of drops he's made.
It's just more surprising as well because the Jags are looking quite good.
Mm.
And who's catching the passes? Because Travis Hunter isn't.
He had a breakout game, the last game in London.
He had a touchdown.
He had like 8 catches for over 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, they got.
But this is the thing.
They got battered as
Through
well.
the second half of the season is when your rookies normally come in, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're projecting that Travis Hunter has an increased role in that offense, like less targets,
Yeah.
less food to go around to Brian Thomas
Food.
Jr.
Everyone eats.
But I don't mind selling him at that point, like cashing out for 2 first.
Brian Thomas was great last season. He looked really good.
He was.
And Trevor Lawrence just didn't look as good. But who is catching the passes, seriously?
Well, they've got Diami Brown. I'm probably
Who's their
butchering
tight
his name.
end?
It's not Evan Engram because he's gone. And Brenton Strange is on IR. I don't even know who their tight end.
All that matters with them, and they've traded Tank Bigsby, the punt returner, away.
Yeah.
But they've got ETN and Trevor Lawrence, and they've got good defense.
What did you think on that trade?
What, Tank Bigsby for 3rd and a 4th, was it?
No, the freeway trade.
Oh, this one. No, genuinely looking at it, Courtney just looks like he's done something normal. Traded Bonix 2 seconds, got Brian Thomas at the 3rd. That sounds totally standard. Chris has just lost 2 seconds and gained not much. And then Ben has gained 2 firsts, and not really lost much. So it feels like Chris has done dreadfully. Ben's probably done the best, and James has just.
I think just don't do freeway trades.
Freeway trade are foolish, but everyone likes the.
I think me and you are of the opinion we'd like the fun of it.
Yeah, no, people like the attention.
The attention of you like the attention of it.
I would love the attention.
But it's just not an optimal strategy. Like someone's always going to lose out massively.
Well, it's great if you come out well.
Well, yeah, I guess that's
if you get offered a 3-way trade and you're just absolutely smoking the competition, then that's amazing.
That's your reason why you want to go for it, basically.
I've never done one, but you know,
his hoping is dreaming.
Absolutely.
Was there anything else you want to talk about there? Or
no, that's everything. We'll do just so everyone watching can make sure drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Try and find a trade you want us to talk about.
Yeah, put it in the comments below. Drop any trades you want us to talk about.
You can do Dynasty, you can do redraft, just anything that's kind of on your mind in terms of trades.
Let us know about the video as well. Let us know what you liked. Let us know
what you disliked.
Anything you want us to talk about in future videos as well.
And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and it's the same username at Two Northern Blokes across the board. And if you check our pinned comment, you'll find all the social media there. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers.
Nice.
Oh, it's been recorded.